CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The body of a 68-year-old swimmer who went missing Sunday in Elliott Lake has been recovered. Brian McLean was swimming about 150 meters from the shore of Spruce Beach when he went under the water and never resurfaced. An OPP dive team found his body yesterday around the dinner hour. Police say the investigation is ongoing and a post-mortem has been scheduled in Sault Ste. Marie for a later date. A strong storm caused surface water flooding in North Bay overnight. Footage taken by several viewers shows the heavy rainfall during last night's storm. Flooding occurred in the Lakeshore Drive area, Wallace Road, and Commerce Courts as well. Sewers were temporarily overwhelmed by the rainfall and primary treatment tanks overflowed at the city's wastewater treatment plant. The city says reports of sewer backups have come in from property owners, but the extent of damage done to private property is not yet known. According to the North Bay Mattawa Conservation Authority, 40 to 60 millimeters of rain fell in the affected area. So are things drying up out there? With our first check on weather, we go to CTV's Tony Rima standing by with the details.
Thanks for that, Marina. And the answer is yes, things are drying up. Beautiful day today. Temperature about 23 degrees, depending upon where you live. Should be about 24, 25. Our first weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership by going to getcaa.ca. And clear skies for the most part. And overnight into tomorrow, Wednesday, into Thursday also. Clear skies. Temperature is going to be not all that bad. Then the unsettled weather rolls in. I'll have more weather details a little later in our show. Marina.
After 7 months, evacuees from Kashechewan First Nation have been given the green light to return home. Kashechewan Executive Director Tyson Wesley confirming today water test results have come back free of cryptosporidium and other contaminants. Evacuees will start returning home as early as Friday, and the process is expected to be complete by August 4th. That's exactly 7 months after declaring a state of emergency. Wesley says the water treatment system was fixed and upgraded over the summer. However, the pumps for the UV system were damaged during the repairs. Those are expected to be fixed over the weekend. Now to a warning to lock up your e-bike or motorbike. This after several Sudbury residents took to social media within the span of 24 hours asking for help in finding theirs, which they say were stolen. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
Justin Pretty's neighbor's CCTV footage appears to show two people grabbing his motorbike and dragging it away, leaving only a few tools behind.
My initial reaction was just honestly sad because, like, how do you react to that?
Pretty says he made sure he locked it up because the night prior, his girlfriend's bike was stolen.
That was heartbreaking, and then we were just going to share my bike. And after that, the next day, I was sleeping because I had the day off, and we wake up and my bike was gone too.
For myself specifically, I can't say that I'm aware of any pattern series where we have somebody going out and identifying and stealing bikes in a row, but it's definitely something we'll be looking into, and if there are linkages, we will find the linkages and then we can investigate further from there.
2 other posts have been made on social media of stolen bikes, and police say there is an 83% increase in e-bike theft so far this month compared to the last.
E-bikes are generally more expensive than bicycles. We're finding that they're a bit of a higher value target rate now, and simple things that people can do is, taking off one of the tires, taking the battery off of it, making sure that it is secure. So if it's in a shed or a garage, make sure that that's locked.
As a community, need to band together and try to get action, because we can't keep allowing this in our city, and we have to really push for the police to really do something. Maybe talk to the city council and stuff, because you're hearing about this too much.
Pretty and his girlfriend have just moved into their building and lost their only mode of transportation. But he says he's grateful to his new neighbors and landlord for their surveillance footage and hopes it helps police catch the individuals who did this. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
North Bay Police have launched a new targeted enforcement initiative focused on public drug use, trafficking, and other drug-related crimes in the downtown core. CTV's Eric Tashner tells us more.
Public drug activity in North Bay's downtown continues to impact shoppers, businesses, and tourists.
There are expectations when you're in a shared public space, and we appreciate that the police also see that.
Over the last 2 years, police have increased foot and bike patrols in areas experiencing higher levels of social disorder and opened a downtown police storefront.
Just that visible presence really makes a difference for some people. It can be really arduous for business owners who are expecting to come in and open their business when all of a sudden they have to stop and ask someone if they can, move their stuff out and then clean up the mess.
We did a survey in the fall of 2025 where about 60% of the business community recognized there was either a significant or at least there was an improvement.
Police say drug use remains one of the most significant public safety challenges. So, in the spring, they launched Operation Safe Space, targeting people involved in criminal activity that contribute to public drug use, looking to disrupt the supply of illegal drugs.
We can no longer walk by and watch and witness people violating the law and using drugs, illicit drugs, in our downtown.
Last year, the Street Crime Unit completed 26 drug trafficking investigations where nearly 240 charges were laid and close to $900,000 worth of illicit drugs and 22 guns were seized.
We have to intervene. They were instructed to seize their drugs because it is still illegal. But at the same time, they were also tasked with trying to get them some kind of connection, do some kind of intervention to get these people help.
It's a complex issue. While Longworth urges for a national drug strategy, he's also advocating for more harm reduction, prevention, and treatment centers across the province. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Time now for a quick break. Coming up, though, on CTV News at 5, Tony will have your full weather forecast. For now, let's take a live look at conditions in North Bay. And after all of that heavy rainfall last night, it seems things are drying up a bit out there. More weather details just ahead.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Now your main weather, let's start with our forecast radar. Clear skies for the most part across the broadcast region. And as we hit the clicker, things are going to remain clear overnight into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's when we'll see a change, but temperature is also going to cool down ever so slightly. As we take a look at our temperatures at this hour, Sault Ste. Marie's 24 degrees, should be 24, 25 as a daytime high. And there's the ebb and flow when it comes to the weather, and well, blue usually means cool, so double-digit kind of lows in through Timmins, 9 degrees, but for the most part, seasonal temperatures. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather forecast, starting with Sudbury, Nickel Belt tomorrow. Well, 24 degrees, beautiful sunshine. Temperature ticks up on Thursday. Friday, that's when we get the clouds, the rain, and that spills over literally into Saturday, Sunday. We start to get some clearing, 24 when it should be 25 as a daytime high this time of year. For Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, the next couple of days look beautiful. Look at Thursday, 27 degrees, then increased cloud cover, a chance of some rain. On Saturday, 60% chance of rain. It's going to be a wet day. Sunday, spot on temperature-wise, 24 for the Sault Algoma. Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing over the next couple of days. Beautiful sunshine, 28 on Thursday, Friday. That's when a system is going to move through. You'll see that increased cloud cover, a chance of precipitation. That carries over also into Saturday. Sunday, though, we get some clearing, but there is going to be some shower activity. For Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake over the next few days, beautiful sunshine. Friday, it'll be even warmer. However, overcast conditions, a chance of rain, more precipitation on Saturday, Sunday. Well, we get some clearing coming in at 23. And finally, folks, your 5-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing. Tomorrow, beautiful sunshine, more clear skies on Thursday. For Friday, well, it'll start off sunny, and then after that, increased cloud cover. And, of course, a chance of rain coming in at 26 degrees. This time of year, it should be 24 as a daytime high in North Bay, West Nipissing. Saturday, we're back to the clouds a little bit more, some shower activity, and the temperature is also going to drop on Sunday. Take a look at that, 22 degrees when it should be 24 this time of year. Marina, it's back over to you.
All right, thank you for that, Tony. A deep dive on the price of food at grocery stores has come up with some interesting trends. The price of meat and fish increased by 6.5%. Bacon rose a whopping 28.9%. Atlantic salmon rose by nearly 26%. And pork loin chops increased by more than 24%.
We saw the same with chicken, where thigh prices went up and breast prices actually came down. So part of it is demand, but part of it is that supplies are a little bit tight, and demand for protein remains really strong despite the price hikes.
Chicken breast prices have gone down nearly 27%, and vegetables dropped by 6.6% so far this summer. The Agri-Food Analytics Lab used grocerypulse.ca to calculate food prices and found that 30 of the 50 products tracked actually declined in price this summer, but the price of the other 20 products actually pushed up the amount you're paying at the grocery store. Sudbury volunteers have been hard at work at Delky Dozy this week installing a new walking path. With help from a grant from the Roots Community Fund, volunteers were able to install this new walking path through the park's food forest. Sudbury Shared Harvest is responsible for the food forest, which is the largest project the group has undertaken. The community food forest is there for people to enjoy, both for its scenery and for the fruit it bears. Coming up on CTV News at 5, a squirrel steals the show at a baseball game, plus what it takes to run in the upcoming municipal election. Everything you need to know just ahead. Potential candidates hoping to run in the next municipal election have a little over 3 weeks to declare their interest. But what exactly does it take to get on the ballot? CTV's Amanda Hicks reports.
The City of Greater Sudbury says there are currently 27 council candidates and 6 mayoral candidates officially registered for the 2026 election, a lower turnout compared to the 2022 race.
Typically, we see a period of activity at the very beginning when nominations open, and then a relatively calm period, and at the end we'll usually see another number of people register at that point. Some people just prefer to wait until the end to register their candidacy.
To be eligible, LaBelle says a candidate must be a Canadian citizen, at least 18 years old, and a resident of the municipality. Applicants also require a list of 25 supporting signatures and must complete paperwork either online or in person at Tom Davies Square.
There are certain categories of people who can't run for municipal council: city employee, a judge, an elected member of provincial parliament or federal government.
Sudbury councillor Deb McIntosh first took office in 2014 and has since served 3 terms in Ward 9. She is not seeking re-election and says campaigning has shifted dramatically over the years.
It used to be everybody got the newspaper, right? And you could put an ad in the newspaper and say, I'm running, right? And now there's so many different platforms for people to reach out and talk to you on. And so that has changed a great deal. Another thing, so our population has grown as well in Sudbury. So there are more people to connect with than there were 12 years ago.
McIntosh says her top advice for candidates is to door knock and speak to people face to face.
That's the best way to connect with people. People want to feel like they know you. Municipal officials, elected officials, are the closest politicians to the public, and they do want to feel like they know you and that they can call you.
The deadline to file nominations is August 21st at 2 p.m. Voters head to the polls for the municipal election Monday, October 26th. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
Hammer throw champion Ethan Katzberg has struck gold at the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Katzberg won the men's hammer throw title with a games record 80.97 meters on his first attempt. The 24-year-old from Nanaimo, BC is a 2-time world champion and took gold at the 2024 Olympics. Canada now has 23 medals, 8 gold, 8 silver, 7 bronze, to rank 3rd behind Australia and England.
This one, I think it's very special to me for many reasons, but I mean the Commonwealth Games holds a special place in my heart. It's the first senior team I was on, first senior medal. I took silver at the last one, so to come back here and win the gold is incredibly special to me. And then on top of that, with the Games record is amazing.
Also on the podium yesterday was Rowan Hamilton of Chilliwack, BC, who won bronze, his first ever medal at the Commonwealth Games. A Windsor man is walking his way home all the way from Ottawa. He's doing so in recognition of Emancipation Day, when slaves across the British Empire were given their freedom. CTV's Jerry Dewan has more on the message he wants to share with current and future generations.
It's a 1-month, 750-kilometer trek from Ottawa to Windsor.
We started a 750-kilometer walk on July 1st, Canada Day, that will conclude on August 1st, Emancipation Day. The walk is a tribute to my freedom-seeking ancestors that came into Canada via the Underground Railroad.
The Slavery Abolition Act came into law August 1st, 1834, freeing 800,000 enslaved people throughout the British colonies. Travis says his 750 for Peace Walk isn't only about the past, it's about building a better future for young people.
To help raise awareness and help youth outreach initiatives do some fundraising. So we're supporting back home the Windsor Youth Center and the Sandwich Teen Action Group.
He says he's been encouraged by the number of people who celebrate his mission to honor the significance of the Abolition Act and who want to support him, like Jeff in Zora Township, who biked alongside for over an hour just to keep him company.
Sometimes we find ourselves in these silos where we're really beginning to think or believe that, you know, our back's against the wall, people are divided, you know, we're eating like this diet of division and division and division. But small towns, bigger towns, there are wonderful, kind, supportive people out there.
Travis is being supported throughout his journey by his wife, Nina Soto.
Get these down so you don't burn your ears.
Travis says his goal is to do a walk like this one every year for 10 years.
On every province, and we're going to service different youth organizations every year.
Travis has been averaging about 25 kilometers a day and says for the most part he's feeling good, but admits his back has been tightening up. He looks forward to returning home on Saturday. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
A little breaking news now from Manitoulin Island. UCCM, Anishinaabe Police and the OPP issued a statement around 4 this afternoon saying they were dealing with an active incident on Balsam Street in Shishiguaning First Nation. Residents in the immediate area are asked to stay indoors and keep doors and windows locked. We'll have more on this as information becomes available. For now, though, when we return, it's Take Me Home Tuesday. Stay with us. You're watching First at 5.
Welcome to another edition of Take Me Home Tuesday as we look to find loving homes for dogs and cats. Emma Bailey of the Sudbury SPCA now joins us. So nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
So tell us about this young fellow.
This handsome fellow right here is Odin. He's 3 years old. He's a shepherd mix, and he's just a goofball. He just wants to see people, be around people. He's very loving, and we're just looking for his forever home.
He seems very active, and he loves our studio.
Absolutely. He just wants to smell everything, meet everyone. He's learning his training, so he does know sit and shake a paw, but we're being a little particular. That's fine.
And he's a shepherd mix, right?
Absolutely.
So how big is he going to get?
He might get just a tiny bit bigger, but this should be his size. He's 3 years old, so he's just getting over that puppy phase, but still has that puppy energy. So he loves going on his walks. He loves being active. We have him in the car. He loves his car rides, so he's just making an all-around really good dog. He is, however, not good with cats, which is fine. So he's looking for a home without other cats, but he is looking, he could do with other dogs, with kids. Just a slow introduction would be great.
So you mentioned kids, small children. Do you think Odin would be okay with them?
I think so, yeah. We could do like a slow introduction too. We could always have the kids come to the center and meet him too. We're happy to meet with other dogs as well to make sure they're a good match. And just whatever we can do, we even have resources we can provide. I know, he just wants to go home.
He's got a great coat, great coloring too.
He's very beautiful.
Will he shed?
He will shed, yeah. It's a shepherd's thing. They'll definitely have a little bit of shedding, but that's not too bad. He loves his brushing, he loves his people, and he's just an all-around really good dog.
You mentioned that he's active, so how many walks do you have to take this guy on each day, and how long should those walks be, do you think?
At our animal center, we do 3 walks a day, about 20 minutes, half an hour, depending. So he would do great getting out that way, even going on a car ride with you or going on adventures. I think he'd be a great adventure buddy.
You mentioned that he's 3 years old. How well trained is he, or do you have to provide training for him?
He would probably do great in training. So far, he knows how to sit, shake a paw, and learning lay down. I know. But we think he'd do great with even more training. He's very smart and very sweet, so just continuing that education is great for him.
He looks very obedient. Emma Bailey of the Sudbury SPCA, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
By the way, to see more of our Take Me Home Tuesday segments, go to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca.
Our first community close-up takes us to Greater Sudbury and progress on the demolition of the super stack. Jim Dufour captured this photo Monday, and you can see a very tiny looking excavator way up top as crews take down the iconic structure brick by brick. As of last week, Valley officials say the super stack stands at around 1,036 feet, or a little more than 315 meters. More than 64 meters have already been removed. Next, we're off to North Bay, and plenty of fun being had at the main waterfront beach called Evacuees Beach. Jacob Tromble sent in this photo of the setup last week. Now it's all set up and running and seems to be a big hit. Have fun, everyone. Enjoy splashing around. And take a look at this little cutie enjoying a clover patch in Echo Bay. Terry Vaillancourt says this bunny is in their yard every day. What a sweet visitor to admire. Also snap some photos of. Thanks for sharing, Terry. Finally for us tonight, a rogue squirrel made its major league debut last night. The squirrel ran onto the field during the Orioles-Tigers baseball game in Detroit. Its dash across the field included a quick run-in with a bird before it kept racing around. The chase reached its peak during the 7th inning stretch when the entire grounds crew came rushing onto the field. After many fake-out moves from the squirrel, the pursuit finally came to an end. A little moment of fame there for that squirrel. Never forget that moment. It's a big hit online, of course. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.